So Victor Wembanyama, I mean this when I say this, is not human. He's actually not human. Like it's silly what Wemby has been doing recently. And I'm gonna be honest, like he is having a type of season where it's one of the all-time great seasons ever already. He's already having one of the all-time great seasons of all time. It starts to a season of all time. Like the Spurs are 5-0. They have not lost a game. It doesn't matter if they're playing good teams, if they're playing bad teams. And on the season, lads, Victor Wembanyama is averaging 30.2 points, 14.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 5 blocks per game. I can't remember the last time I've seen anybody put up absolutely insane numbers like this. Like these, for lack of a better way of describing it, these numbers are absolutely insane. Like these are some of the best numbers I can remember seeing from a player, period, ever over a 5-game stretch. And he's doing it while winning. And again, the highlights every single day are something berserk. Absolutely berserk. But look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like you're looking at it and Wemby's doing Wemby things. But last night, Wemby faced probably the toughest matchup for him in the best defender in the NBA in Bam Adebayo. And Bam Adebayo, before the game, was basically trying to talk down Wembanyama. He was trying to talk him down. And I mean this, Bam put up a really good fight. Bam shot the shit out of the ball. He shot the ball really well, took it up Wemby, dunked on Wemby once. I do feel like Bam Adebayo did a pretty good job on Wembanyama. I'm going to be honest. I feel like he did a really, really good job on Wemby. Considering everything, I think Bam did a good job. Victor Wembanyama still had 27 points, 18 rebounds, 5 blocks, and yeah. I think he had 6 assists. I think he had 27, 18, 6 assists, and 5 blocks. This man is barely human. Barely human. And I need to emphasize barely. Like, he is putting up comparable numbers to the all-time greats. He's had arguably the best start to a game ever for a center. Like, the only person that's ever... Prime Hakeem Olajuwon is the only player that has ever put up comparable numbers to what Victor Wembanyama is doing right now. And let's not forget, this is a Spurs team that some people were, like, wondering if they were even good enough to make the playoffs. Like, there were some people that had them... Most people had them as a play-in team. Like, there were a lot of people that had them as a play-in team. I'm going to be honest. Like, a lot of people had them as a play-in team. And look, that's fine. Everyone's allowed their own opinions when it comes to players and teams. But like from okay, yeah, they're a play-in team to holy shit, this is a team that might be in with a chance of winning a championship. And it's not just from Wemby. Like, we also have to take into account how good Dylan Harper's been. We have to take into account how good Stephon Castle's been. But like I don't think in general that this is a team that is completely out of the title hunt. Like, if Wemby's doing this, you're looking at... The one thing is, I don't really see them beating the Thunder, purely because Chet matches up too well to Wemby, so that the rest of the way, with the rest of the players, I think OKC being as much better than the Spurs as they are, other than Wemby, and they have probably the best matchup to Wemby in the league in Chet Holmgren. So it's a real tough one to see them going and beating the Thunder. But like, Like, it's going to be, if you are, for example, the Nuggets, how are the Nuggets meant to deal with Wemby? Like, I understand Jokic is Jokic, but if there's ever anyone that's going to be able to stop Jokic in the history of this sport, it's Wemby. Like, if there's ever somebody to do that, it's that man. It's that man in San Antonio. So, like, I'm not counting them out for a title. I'm actually not counting them out. It might sound crazy. I'm not ruling them out, and I'm definitely not ruling Wemby out for MVP. Because again, we have to take into account narratives. The narrative is public perception about Shea is that he's a free throw merchant. Like, that matters. Public perception matters quite a lot in all of these votings. And he's seen as a free throw merchant. And it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Whether you agree or disagree, that's the way the public feels about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis suffers from the weirdest voter fatigue ever. Like, Giannis could be retired, and Giannis will be voter fatigued out of top 15. He gets voter fatigued out of top 15 all-time conversations. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a more underappreciated player in the history of basketball than Giannis. So I just don't think Giannis. The only way is there could be a narrative that Giannis has been slept on for so long and people have stopped caring. I've cared so little about Giannis. Giannis should have 3 to 4 MVPs already, but we screwed him out of so many. And that is the only narrative that's going to overtake the youngest MVP narrative in Victor. And then obviously, look, you can only narrative your way to an MVP if you're in the MVP conversation anyway. Like, if you're in the conversation, you can absolutely narrative your way to an MVP. And he's got the narrative, he's got the game. I think he deserves it anyway. What Victor's doing is crazy because Bam is one of the best defenders in the league. He is the best defender not named Victor Wembanyama. He is he is the only player not named Victor. He's the best defender not named Victor Wembanyama in the entire NBA. Other than I'm like, do I consider? I don't know. I don't know if he's better than Rudy Gobert, but he's in that conversation anyway. He's absolutely in that conversation. And when it comes to Wemby, like, Wemby just cooked him. He cooked him. And yes, Bam got his. Bam absolutely got his. But, like, Bam was forced to shoot 14 3-pointers. And I get it. Like, his efficiency wasn't that great. Like, 13 threes. Like, 4 of 13 is a sub 50% from 2 efficiency. That's not great. That is not great at all. And I understand Victor wasn't the most efficient player in the world either yesterday on Bam. But who hit the massive 3-point shot down the stretch to ice the game? It was Victor. Victor was making some huge plays. Like, down the stretch of the game, it was Victor Wembanyama that wanted to take over that game. And this was against Bam, who is probably... I wonder whose toughest matchups are. Is Bam the toughest matchup for Victor? There's probably just some, like the big country for Shaq, some random player, it's a tough matchup. But still, Victor, barely human. The man's barely human.